YouTube, what's good? Man, Jay Barnes, back at you again with another video, man. Another beautiful day to be in the gym, you know? We're getting after shoulders and chest today. Really just gonna focus on what we would consider like auxiliary movements. As far as compound movements, you know, heavy barbell stuff, not necessarily gonna do any of that. Definitely gonna hit a shoulder press, maybe find a machine. Lateral raises, of course. Gonna hit an incline Smith machine today. And some flies for sure. Looking to get maybe about 5-6 exercises, you know, something like that. Get in and out, get a nice, you know, get a nice pump, you know, get us some good work and get at the Stairmaster, man, get my cardio in, you know, staying consistent. Man, I'm really really starting to dial everything down, man. Hey, at this point, meals is very important. As I get over the hump of a certain point, it's gonna get harder and harder, you know, to reach that ultimate goal. Because it seems like the closer you get there, it just gets that much more difficult. So you gotta push the tempo a little bit more. You gotta maybe add a little bit more volume. You know, maybe make sure your diet is that much more strict, that much more tighter. So from this point on, man, we just gonna tighten everything up. Just because I'm getting closer to that point, but it seems like, you know, starting to hit that sticking point just like I did maybe a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, man, let's tighten it up, man. Let's finish this workout strong, finishing the week off strong. And yeah, man, let's get to it. Man, there's certain exercises, man, that you don't do very often, but you know, when you incorporate them into your regimen, into your training, you know they official. And when you add those cuffs and you really strict with your form on your lateral raises, you know, when you add a bench or, you know, you're not standing up swinging, man, you really feel those lateral delts engaging, man. And I feel it, man. I feel the burn. So I really enjoy doing this particular exercise, you know, because I know that it's working. And I almost just want to sit here and knock out 4 or 5 sets, but that ain't always a positive thing, because at some point, you just spinning your wheel. So I think I'm gonna knock out 1 more set, and then I'm gonna move on. All right, let's go. I wouldn't say to ditch the dumbbell laterals altogether. However, when you're doing cable laterals, man, you're actually getting a lot of tension at the bottom of the movement. You know, therefore, you're not losing any tension. Whereas when you have the dumbbells and you're sitting down here, it's like it's no tension on that lateral head just because of the pull of gravity, right? You know what I mean? So when you're doing your lateral raises, when you're doing even like any type of cable movement, you know, at every point of the movement, you're actually having constant tension. Like, it's easy to get really caught up in, you know, sets and reps and what's the best rep range for hypertrophy, what's the best rep range for, you know, gaining strength, you know. But ultimately, the main variable is that you need to pay attention to is the amount of intensity you give in each set. You know, like, are you taking those sets to failure? Are you, you know, going as hard as possible, no matter if it's a set of 6 or if it's a set of 15 or 20, it really doesn't matter. You know, those stimulating reps are really just those last, you know, five reps is the ones that really count. And if you don't know what that is, man, you need to really start taking your sets to failure. I'm talking about to a point where, no, I can't get 1 more rep. You know, I'm struggling. You know, this weight about to fall on me. You know what I mean? So get to know, you know, how close you are come to failure. I don't care if it's a lat pull down, tricep extension, or pull up. Man, get to know what a set to failure is and what that takes. And then you can gauge from there if you're really actually getting stronger on a week-to-week basis, a month-to-month basis. You know, if you're gaining muscle, really is to know if you're progressing in your lifts, you know. And just because, last week I did 5 reps, this week I'm doing 7. Shoot, last week you probably didn't go to failure, you know. That set probably wasn't as intense as you could have taken it, you know what I mean? So pay attention to that. Man, there's people out there to be like, oh man, you're not going full range of motion. You're not locking out. You're not locking out doing your presses. No, I'm not. I probably never will, because if I'm doing a press for my chest or my shoulders, I don't want my triceps taking over. You know, you're gonna get some tricep involvement, but what I want to be moving the weight is my chest. What I want to be moving the dumbbell or the barbell is my shoulders, depending on the exercise. So just think about gravity. Think about what's actually, you know, pulling. Once you get to a certain point, you know, in your press, you're not using that muscle. That muscle is fully engaged, right? So the more you take it, now you lock out, you're including your triceps. So just keep that in mind the next time you jump on somebody's comment section talking about you need to lock out. You know what I mean? Man, here go another gym for the cables. When you're doing your cable flies, man, cross over your hands. Do your best to get your hands across the midline, because that's what's gonna give you a full contraction in the chest. Remember that.